I think I messed up. A day in ruins, the engagement party gone wrong. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. My engagement party. Our families, our friends, all gathered to celebrate. Laughter filled the air, champagne flowed freely. I, however, was drawn to a quiet corner of the house, looking for my fiancée. As I rounded rooms, I saw them. My fiancée and my cousin Mark making love. My fiancée was on top of my cousin. I could not believe what I saw. My blood ran cold. It couldn't be. But there they were, oblivious to the world, lost in their betrayal. Time seemed to stop. My breath caught in my throat. The world around me faded into a blur as I struggled to process the scene before me. It was my cousin Mark holding my beloved in his arms. The world I knew, the future I envisioned, crumbled before my eyes. The laughter from the party became a distant hum, a cruel mockery of the pain that was tearing me apart. Shattered trust witnessing the unthinkable, the sight of their intertwined bodies, a grotesque parody of love was seared into my mind. My heart pounded in my ears, a drumbeat of disbelief and rage. How could they do this to me? The two people I trusted most in the world. My legs felt like lead, my body rooted to the spot. I wanted to scream, to confront them, to unleash the fury that was building within me, but something held me back. Perhaps it was shock, or maybe a morbid fascination with their deceit. I watched them for what felt like an eternity, their laughter like poison in my ears. The pain was unbearable, a physical ache that spread through my entire being. The world I thought I knew, built on a foundation of love and trust, had been shattered into a million pieces, and I was left standing amidst the ruins, utterly alone. The maelstrom within, navigating betrayal's abyss. The drive home was a blur. I barely remember it. My mind was a maelstrom of conflicting emotions, anger, betrayal, humiliation, and a profound sense of loss. How could they do this to me? The question echoed endlessly in my mind. Sleep was impossible. The image of their betrayal played on repeat in my mind, each replay intensifying the pain. I was trapped in a nightmare, unable to escape the torment. Days turned into sleepless nights, each one a struggle to survive the emotional onslaught. Friends and family reached out, offering words of comfort and support, but their words seemed hollow, distant, unable to penetrate the wall of pain I'd erected around myself. I was adrift in a sea of despair, clinging to the wreckage of my shattered dreams. The pain was all-consuming, threatening to swallow me whole. I knew I couldn't go on like this, but I didn't know how to escape the abyss of my despair. A year later, I heard Mark is getting married to someone else called Sarah. Plotting the counterstrike, a dangerous liaison. As the initial shock began to subside, a new emotion took root within me, a burning desire for revenge. The betrayal I felt was like a fire consuming my every thought and action. I wanted him to hurt as I hurt, to feel the same pain he had inflicted upon me. Every sleepless night, every moment of anguish, I wanted them to experience it all. An idea, dangerous and audacious, began to take shape in my mind. It was a plan that required precision and patience, but I was willing to wait. Mark's wife, Sarah, had always been kind to me. Back in the days in college, we had a thing together, but Mark don't know I knew her before him, you get the gist. Her warmth and kindness were a stark contrast to the coldness I felt from Mark. We had a good rapport, a shared sense of humour. Our conversations were always light-hearted, filled with laughter and mutual respect. She was beautiful, intelligent, and I knew she wasn't happy in her marriage. Her eyes often betrayed a sadness that she tried to hide. I started subtly reaching out to Sarah, offering a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on. I became her confidant, someone she could trust. I knew that Mark, consumed by his own selfish desires, was neglecting her emotionally. He was too wrapped up in his own world to notice her pain. It was a cruel manipulation, but I was past the point of caring. My heart had hardened, and I was driven by a singular purpose. My plan was simple, yet fraught with risk. I would need to be careful, to ensure that every step was executed perfectly. I would seduce Sarah, make her fall for me, and then when the time was right, I would reveal all. The truth would shatter their world. Their betrayal would be repaid in kind. The pain he caused me would come back to haunt him. It was a dangerous game, one that could have devastating consequences, but I was determined to see it through. The stakes were high, but so was my resolve. The taste of revenge, a Pyrrhic victory. Weeks turned into months. My bond with Sarah deepened, fueled by shared pain and a growing attraction. We found solace in each other's company, a refuge from the storm that raged within us. I played the role of the understanding friend, all the while fanning the flames of discontent in her heart. Every conversation, every shared moment was a step closer to my ultimate goal. The guilt was a heavy burden to bear, but I pushed it aside, justifying my actions as a necessary evil. I told myself that this was the only way to make things right, to balance the scales of justice. This was about revenge, about making he pay for what he had done. The anger and resentment fueled my every move, driving me forward with a relentless determination. The closer I got to Sarah, the more conflicted I felt. My feelings for her grew stronger, and the lines between revenge and genuine affection began to blur. And then it happened. One night, fueled by wine and shared heartache, we crossed the line. It was a moment of weakness, a lapse in judgment that changed everything. It was a night of reckless abandon, a desperate attempt to outrun our pain. In that fleeting moment, we found a temporary escape from the torment that haunted us. In Sarah's arms, I found a fleeting escape from my own demons. But as the night turned into day, the reality of our actions began to sink in. Felt good after that. The taste of revenge, when it came, was bittersweet. The satisfaction. Me and my cousin wife kept the relations going. No, it sounds bad, but hey, Mark started it. I believe in God. But revenge felt good sometimes. Don't judge me. Fast forward, she got pregnant with my child. We did a DNA test. It shows his mine, but Mark thought it his. He did not know what's going on yet. It was a Pyrrhic victory, one that left me feeling like a king. The price of revenge was too high, and in the end I enjoyed no regret. I don't have no plans to get my child yet. The problem now is that Mark's wife wants to leave the marriage to be with me. For now, I don't want that. I keep advising her to stay with Mark. Well, no one in family knows what was going on, just me and Sarah. Sometimes I feel guilt and retreated my actions, but the pain of my fiancée's betrayal was still raw, compounded by the guilt of my own actions. I had sought to ease my suffering by inflicting pain on others, but it had only served to deepen my wounds. The realization hit me hard. Revenge was a double-edged sword, capable of inflicting as much damage on the wielder, no target. I had allowed my anger and pain to consume me, turning me into something I am not. Till now, Mark have no idea my relationship with his wife and my child. The scars of betrayal ran deep, marking me forever. Moving forward, embracing the future, life, as it always does, went on, bringing with it new challenges and opportunities. What do you guys think? Did I go too far? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention our relationship is still going strong for a year now, but I don't have any plans to marry Sarah. When Mark destroyed my relationship with my fiancée, he ended up leaving her to marry Sarah. Well, until the day Mark finds out, but for now this relationship will continue. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.